of these leaders, the mental health evaluation, it's very important. It's very important because, like what Peter Dirakobi said, is like the state of Nigeria is like the patients have taken over the asylum. That is what is going on. Madness everywhere, instability everywhere, pain, tears and blood everywhere. And it's even extending to us who are in diaspora. We have families there, we have relatives, we have husbands, wives, children, grandmothers. We're just in constant pain. Now I'm going to talk about the first one you talked about was Agbado talking about Funke and saying, he doesn't like it's an insult mentioning his name in his presence. For me personally, and I think the Labour Party, we really don't care what he says because the both of them belong to the evil party. APC and PDP are the ones dragging Nigeria back 200 years back. So I really don't care if they throw banters among themselves to score some sort of empty political points. That's really not important. As for him addressing Funke Akindele as an aunt, it shows the kind of personality or the kind of character he is. I think CM was talking about character. What is the character of your leader? That's how those are the first ingredients in you choosing somebody to lead you. What is the character of that person? It's not about money. It's not about influence or the number of people you have around you, or even your age or educational background. What is your character as a human being? What is your character? Even though we know that because I like to be realistic, in Nigeria, character is not even it is not an ingredient in choosing a leader with the present day Nigeria. Nigerians don't care about your character. Even if you're a murderer, even if you're a drug addict or a drug baron, you know, um, they wouldn't even look at that because that is not important to them. They just care about the money and how your influence can uplift their life personally. It's still the same me, myself, and I attitude. It just shows that his character, he's a self-absorbed. I'm talking about Agbado, the man at Bodilon. He's self-absorbed, he's a narcissist, he's pretentious, he's autocratic, he's tyrannical, he's dictatorial and imperious. That's just what I would use to describe him. And when the reason why I'm saying these words, I'm not just saying these words because I want to speak English. For a man to tell Nigerians to shut up, for a man to call a fellow Nigerian, a fellow contestant for the same highest position in the country as an ant, to describe somebody as an ant, and then to say the Labour Party will labor in vain. It is my turn. What does that tell you? Nigerians, Nigerian people, diasporans, and the ones in Nigeria. This is the character of what APC has presented to you for president. Think about it. Think about it, Nigeria. This is the person. This is the character that APC has presented to you for president. This is the person. In this case, I really don't care about his age because he doesn't deserve any respect. His character and how he has displayed himself so far, it just shows you this is a part of the attitude of the elites around him. This is part of the mindset of the elites, the people in big industries, who are supporting him. This is the kind of character they exhume out. This is how they look at you, Nigerians. This is how they look at you in diaspora. You are an ant. You are a nobody. You are nothing but a piece of rag. You have no say. Shut the hell up. You have no say. It is my turn. Go to the back seat. That is what these people are telling you. It's not just this Emilokan man. The people around him. His wife has even shown this kind of attitude in the National Assembly. I'm talking about Senator Remi Tinubu. She has showed this in the National Assembly several times. Look it up. I'm not going to look it up on YouTube. I mean, this is what we are talking about. It has even been expressed in the people like MC Olumo and his boys. How do they treat people like trash? They attack people, they put people down, they intimidate people. A fish gets rotting from the head. If the person in the helm of affairs is a dragon, he has a Gestapo-like attitude. He has an imperial attitude. He has an arrogant attitude. He has a pretentious attitude. He has an autocratic attitude. He has a tyrannical attitude. How do you expect his followers to behave? They will behave the same. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So Nigerians, this is what APC has presented as the one to go for the highest seat in the nation. The choice is yours. But I'm telling you all, the choice you should be making is for Peter Dirokobi. Peter Dirokobi and Amedati. Peter Dirokobi and Amedati. Labour Party, that logo that says Mama, Papa, and Peking. You don't have to deal with these animals, these demons anymore. Lagosians, Lagosians, if you do not boot out this man, if you do not expunge this man that calls himself Agbado, that lives at Bodilon Street in Lagos, if you do not expunge him from the political space, from the economical space of Lagos State, you guys should forever remain silent. Lagosians, just continue your shayo, just continue going to your parties, just continue living the fake life, just continue dealing with all sorts of ills, just continue. In fact, wait for after Agbado Condemn, MC Oloma will go for governor of Lagos State. You guys should don't even complain, no. Lagosians, don't complain, no. This is what APC has presented to you. Do not call Lagosians. This is the time for you now to tell Emilokon, the man at Bodilon and the likes of them to shut the hell up forever. That's all I have to say. And then, there's one thing I noticed. The man Emilokon, when he goes to it just shows that he's a tribal bigot. The same way we describe people like Dasheus and Mikano as tribal bigots. Even the apparition at Aso Rock that calls himself president, he said they're tribal bigots. Emilokon is in fact, he's worse than the apparition at Aso Rock. He's worse. Let me tell you, he's worse. He is worse. Anywhere he goes to, especially if he goes around the gathering of the southwestern region. Fine, that is his tribe. To me, if you ask me, I believe Emilokon came to Nigeria as a foreigner. Probably his lineage came as slaves. And that is why you cannot trace anything. I can trace my lineage up to even the 18th century. But Emilokon cannot even trace even to the 20th century. I don't think anybody can trace his family that far. So I believe his lineage, they're probably slaves from Cameroon or another country. They came to Nigeria, they started serving under somebody, and then they now made this Alaja Tinubu. That's why he changed from Akindele to Tinubu. There's something that is not Nigerian about Emilokon, and that is why everything around him is shrouded in secrecy. It's shrouded in covering up. Everything about him is covered up. There's no linkage to anybody who's his classmate. There's no linkage to anybody who knows his great-great-great-great-grandfather. At least I know my great-great-grandfather five generations back. There's nothing like that. It is not spoken. It is not talked about. It is not even studied. Why? At least they say if you want to know your lineage, enter politics. How come this man is in politics? Right from the time of the time he was going for Lagos State governor. May his soul rest in peace. Gani Faremi was saying this man is a fraud. There's no choice. He was even contesting even his certificate. And that useless man, Nigeria Watch, I know that you said we should be careful, no insult, but at this point, I am really upset. That useless son that has desecrated the name called San, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, called Festus Keyamo. He was the same person in the days of when this Emiloka wanted to be governor. He challenged his certificates. And now this one, he has come back to eat the vomit. What kind of human beings are we? I was saying it yesterday. I said, Patutomi, you're describing Kenyans and people from Malawi as Nigerians are a different species in Africa. Let it be. We are just different species in Africa. It is so painful that you're so bewildered and you're so overwhelmed. Like, is this real? Am I watching a movie? Is this real life? Anywhere Agbado goes to, in the recent times now, he speaks Yoruba. He speaks Yoruba. I'm sure when Peter Obi even went to the East, he wasn't speaking Igbo. He was speaking English. He was speaking Pidgin. But this man, every time I notice, every time he's around this, because he's trying to he's trying to psyche the Yoruba speaking people that I am your brother. Or I am speaking my language as we dey inside house. That is, he's trying to psyche a lot of people's minds. And that's why some people who just want to support him from the Yoruba lineage, they just look at it, he's my brother, that's why I'm voting for him. I've heard a lot of surveys. And he's playing on that card, ethnic card. He's doing it consistently, constantly. Even if he belongs to the old crop of politicians, the old school, because that man is like 86 years old. There's no, the age difference between him and Pastorante is not much. And if you notice, when he was speaking to the likes of Herbert Wigwe and IJ Mokode and Dangote yesterday, if you guys notice that this man eats more drugs than food, his speech was not slurry when he was talking to those men in suits yesterday. It shows you that whatever drug he's taking is like, okay, this is the booster I'm giving you. He's speaking well, but later you see when he's talking in other times, his speech is very slurry. He talks like as if he's dragging the words. It means this man, according to what Dino Malai say, a man that I'm quoting here, a man that eats more drugs than food. This is what APC has presented people. People in diaspora, this is what you are supporting. Those people in diaspora, you listen to my voice. This is what you are supporting. For Christ's sakes, are you guys okay? What is the state of your mental stability? Those of you supporting Emiloko and Mikano, what is the state of your mental stability? You need to get it checked. Those of you in diaspora, especially, you need to get it checked. I don't care if you guys say I'm yelling or as what Emeka say I'm ranting. Call it any dictionary name. At this point, I really don't give a rat behind about your opinion. I am fighting for the soul of Nigeria. I am fighting for the soul of Nigeria. Now, about that man, that Shehu Sadi, that fake shameless man, that lying, pitiful, serpental criminal, religious bigot is coming to say, the person that we need to support is the one that has experience in the entire country. Hello. In fact, Elvis, I'm not even going to talk about that man, because a man that can wear fake clutches to the court and enter the room and remove the clutches. That man is worse than. In fact, he's the cousin of Lucifer. That's the only thing I can say about that Shehu man. And the video. Sorry.
Have you talked about Obaseki?
I am getting there, my dear brother. I'm getting there. I'm going stage by stage because I'm going according to your video.
I know you're gonna keep that for the last one.
No, it's according to your video.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a video you were showing about, way to your house, the roads in the UK and all that. It's nice. Elvis, you're just saying that. We that live in North America, if you go to even the lowest villages, like, real, not even town, because the cities are like, you see bridges everywhere. If you go to states like Texas, I've never seen so much bridges in my life. The length of time I've lived abroad as I've seen in Texas. The bridges are, even if it's an other state, you would see, like, I'm sure, what's his name? The one that is Ancient of Days, the one that is donating 300 million while his people are suffering in Port Harcourt. The reason why he's building bridges, maybe he has been inspired by the number of overhead bridges in Texas. And when I mean Texas, I'm just talking maybe just one city.
Madam Rita, I beg, as you don't mention in the Mosi design, I beg for just 10 seconds. I beg, share this video and like the video. Thank you. God bless you.
Yes, so we can
Please stop playing this guy's video, man, Mr. Elvis.
All right, thank you very much, my people. Mr. T, were you saying something? Mr. T, I thought you were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying something. I was saying, don't go to Wiki, please. Let's Rita just continue with our brain, with our bright thought. Let's decide.
All right, then. Okay. Thank you.
Oh no, okay. I was talking about the videos you were talking about in your area. You could see that is why there's calm and sanity. Things that are very basic. When you have a calm environment, when things are working the way they ought to work, you are able to think and be coherent in the decisions that you make. When you live in you can imagine how you were driving to your street and you have a child that grew up in that kind of environment, once you land Airport, just from the stench coming down from the airline, it's just like that stench alone will tell you that you are going into a hellhole. And then you now come out on the streets, there's horn everywhere, everybody's blazing their horn, they're shouting, they're screaming, there's cursing everywhere. How can somebody be calm to think and say, okay, let me make the right decision? According to Odele Fafarotimi, I've been following that man for years. There's something that he said when he was carrying his dreadlocks. He said, Nigeria is mad. And he himself is mad. So that's why he decided to have his hair like a madman. The environment is mad. Everybody's mad. Let's call it as it is. Everywhere is mad in Nigeria. There's no form of sanity. Every state in Nigeria, even Abuja, is mad. There's no sanity. There's no calmness. Everybody's mad. So the decisions that our leaders and rulers are making is all born out of madness. Nothing is straightforward. Today, you see the CBN governor is saying something. Next time you will see the Minister of Finance say something. Next thing you see the president say something. Next thing you see a governor say something. Next thing you see a House of Rep member say something. Next thing you see the Senate president say something. It's madness. The patients have taken over the asylum. Madness everywhere. So, my dear brother, all of you living diaspora, live in a serene environment. If you're at home, it's quiet, your internet is working. If it's not working, all you need to do, make a phone call to your service provider and probably they'll come and fix it. If they can't do it online, they'll make arrangement, come to your house and fix it. That is an environment where there is some level of sanity, so people can think well and be coherent in the decisions that they make. That's not happening in Nigeria. And Nigeria is mad. And the people in it are also mad. And it's already extending to us in diaspora because we're all going crazy. We are not sleeping. We're working 24/7. How will you not have high blood pressure? How will you not have heart disease? You are not sleeping. You're working 24/7. You're thinking about back home. You're having telephone calls every day. One bad news after the other. You all go to social media about your country, about your family, about your environment. It's sad news. How can you not have heart disease? How can you not even have high blood pressure? How can you not have constant migraines? And you're supposed to work in a sane environment. As per Obaseki, I don't know. Somebody should just please tell Obaseki, Governor Obaseki of Edo State. I need to be precise so people will know who I'm talking about. I don't mince my words. Governor Obaseki of Edo State, please, I beg you in the name of whatever you believe in, because I was shocked that you mentioned God. I'm begging you with everything in your fiber being, anything you believe in, please. I take God, beg you. Leave the financial issues of Nigeria to the people who are employed to talk about this stuff. You are not the only economist in Nigeria. Pat Utomi is a renowned economist. The most revered Pat Utomi, who is under the Labour Party. Please, Obaseki, I beg you with every fiber of my being, I'm begging you with everything that you believe in, that you love, stay away from Nigerian finances. Focus on Edo State. You say you are an economics. Have you looked at the escalating hike of food prices in Edo State? What have you done to cushion the effects of all these unions that's making food prices high? What have you done to the insecurity in Edo State that is preventing the farmers from going to the farm so that food supply can at least be bountiful in Edo State? What are you doing about the roads in Edo State? What are you doing to checkmate the low quality road construction in Edo State? Ekewan Road, that's one of the most best road in Edo State. You have messed up that road. Till date, I hear it is still not complete. You are not building a skyscraper. I asked an engineer Ken months ago. I said, you are an engineer. Those of you who live in diaspora, we build apartment buildings, 30-something floors, 20-something floors, 18 floors, 17 floors. How long does it take to build? How long does it take to build? And then juxtapose it about the kilometer of what is happening in Ekama Road in Edo State. How long has it been? What is the expenditure? Who is the contractor? Who are the people who are auditing what they are doing? There's no accountability. And you dare to mention God, Governor Obaseki? God is watching you, and I pity those people who are under your administration, because the curse of Isayamu under Loki Gbinejo is what is going to befall those people who are working under you and lying under the sun, lying in the face of Edo people and supporting this evil government. In fact, I feel sorry for anybody working under the administration of Governor Obaseki. I am sorry for you. I feel bad for you because your reputation is obviously very down. Because after Governor Obaseki leaves Edo State and goes back to Lagos 2024, wherever he wants to go to, trust me, I don't think any of you want to show face in any administration, except if, as Edo people are very forgiving and forgetful. Maybe they'll say, okay, let us just add this one. But let it be known that since your name is tied to this man, any political position regarding the administration of Edo State, man, whatever you see, take it like that. So, please, God, Obaseki, you mentioned God. I was just laughing. I like, did I hear well? He actually mentioned God, that God will judge, is it Buhari or the people who are trying to redesign the Naira? Like, seriously, Governor Obaseki, you mentioned God. Do you know God? Ha! You see why I said mental evaluation should be a prerequisite in picking any political leader in Nigeria. It should be the most pivotal thing before educational background, because some of these leaders that we are seeing today, they are very unstable mentally, very, very unstable. And then lastly, as per the Bayelsa State governor, dancing and throwing fake support and telling the people Bayelsa will not sing, Bayelsa will not move, Bayelsa is rich, or Bayelsa is whatever, Bayelsa is black and white. It hurts me, when every pain, tears and sorrow Nigerians go through, the elites, the political leaders, the rulers, they always, I repeat, always want to use it to score political points and pontificate themselves that, if they're good leaders, everything will be okay. You're looking nice. You're looking nice with your walking stick, with your hat and everything, Governor. Is he Duru Awodiri? I don't know what his name is. Someone should correct me. You're looking nice, and you are talking to people and talking to them like you're talking to KG1 children. Zelensky, that is the president of Ukraine. From the day they started that war, that man has been wearing khaki like the men in the army. It shows solidarity. You cannot come and wear coat and tie, and then you not start to talk to me when I am my children. They don't have clothes to wear. I'm wearing one shirt for the past 1 week, one shirt, and you are coming all dressed up, nicely perfumed, holding walking stick. And in fact, our leaders are just insensitive. They don't know how to be leaders. Peter Obi entered with his clothes. Look at he entered a potpourri of a brew of contaminated water, even when it was Anambra State, just to support the people, to tell them, I am with you. I feel your pain. That is what leadership is. That is, you are showing you are so sensitive to the people. You cannot come out and be wearing Gucci or be wearing a nice clothes and coming to meet. What are you going to tell me? Your image alone tells me that you are fake. Your image, your countenance, your appearance, it shows that you are fake. You cannot identify with my pain. You can't. And Governor Obaseki is even displaying that. You can't come and wear coat and tie and be telling me about economics, and I am an economist, I am this and that. The Naira is 1,000 or whatever. They are printing note. Man, Elvis, I don't want to hyperventilate. I don't want people to not give me name that she's ranting. I don't really care. Anyway, let me just stop here. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Rita. You have every reason to sound the way you sound, because, like we always say, the situation is very, very frustrating, extremely frustrating, that you don't know when you just start ranting from
All right.
nowhere.
Let me come in here. Madam Rita, you see, when you talk like this, I respect you. You know why? Because you are passionate about the things that is going on in your country, not just in your country. Start from your own state. Is your right, constitutional right, yes, to rant, to shout, to express your plight anyhow you like, when it comes to our government. I'm doing the same thing. If you don't talk to them like that, in most cases, they might think that we all are comfortable. So I think it's our duty to constitutionally express how we feel or how we are feeling on how they governs us. That's it. So you shouldn't apologize for anything. You shouldn't, because if you go to Edo State today now, to me, I don't know, I'm not pleased, especially when it comes to the insecurity in Edo State. I'm not pleased at all. Governor Obaseki doesn't address the insecurity the way I want to hear it. Remember, I said it before that even devil, he get followers. So whenever you say something and you know that you're standing for the truth, if anybody come for you or come to attack you, don't feel bad. It's a normal thing because they have followers no matter what. Thank you very much, moderator, for that expression right there. I would like us to move to the next person.
Mr. Chooks, please.
Yeah, good evening, Kachi.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good
Yeah,
evening, Mr.
the
Stokes.
fellow panelists and everybody listening to us. Hi. I just want to use this opportunity to thank Madam Rita for her wonderful submission. It's when you think about what is happening in Nigeria, you feel like crying. There's a lot happening that shouldn't, in any way, form or shape happen. I'm gonna start with my turn. We keep saying this because I'm not gonna, say I keep saying this. We keep saying this here. This is a test of what we're gonna get if there's anything like, him coming on into power. So and it's very very pitiful. Because so many people will die, so many people will suffer, and yet we will pretend that as if nothing is happening. And this is the sad truth, the current president, right? This is exactly what we are experiencing from him. So if we don't learn from that, then that should be our fault. There's no two ways about it. That should be our fault. So that's all I can say about him, because we know he's a bully. Look at what is happening in Lagos. Right, I had some people. There's one program I watched today, and I had some people calling there to say, "Hey, don't worry about the drivers. Don't worry about the Agberos. Worry about the drivers." That's and you listen to this, you become surprised. How do people think? Okay, you said the drivers are adding money for you. If I am a driver, and 1,500 is collected from a trip, I'm gonna spread that amount when I'm loading again, because that is what it is. It's just like a businessman. If you are doing importation, for example, or even if you are doing local business, you go to farm, you buy farm products, you have to sell it. The transport, you have to add your transport, not just the amount you bought the item that you come to the market to sell it. So these are the kind of things that happens, and we wonder how people living over there are thinking. Because how can I say the drivers were wrong by calling a strike? Go to they say go to Agberos and tell them to reduce the money. Tell them to reduce the money they're collecting, and one of them called and asked, to whose pocket is that money going? Because if he will have no problem if that money is actually going to Lagos state government for whatever reason, So these are kind of things we are dealing with. There's a lot of mental issues, because I don't think, if most people are mentally sound, they will be reasoning in that manner, or is it because this is the only way they know life, they know the people live their lives. Maybe because I'm in a different country. That's why, stop. Oi. So maybe because I'm in a different country, that's why I'm thinking differently, But it's heartbreaking. Yeah. So what is it called? Shehu, or whatever he calls his name. You say this is the issue. Our journalists, they're doing a disservice to us. That is the only way I can describe that. This man, upon all the kind of words he used last time, everybody was raged. They're still bringing him on their national TV. Okay? And I'm very disappointed with Charles Anagoro, because I do respect him as a senior journalist, but this is a man who said that if Obi becomes the president, what about the problems of IPOB? That they will be everywhere, right? If you accused Obi son of being a member of an IPOB, this is the same man. And you bring him on a national television. You don't question that when you ask him, especially when you ask him the question, how do you see the Obi's coming into the affairs of Nigerian politics? And he said it actually died down Biafran agitation. And you don't have anything to ask him from what he said before. Because if that man has sense at all, anybody who have brain at all will even know that when somebody as credible as Obi becomes Nigerian president today, the agitations, especially in the southeast, will completely go down. Will completely go down. And you had an opportunity to ask this man this very vital question, because this is the same man who said that Obi's candidacy will spell problems. And he came back to say that Obi's candidacy now actually stop killings in the southeast. And we can see it today. And our journalists have nothing to say about that. I'm very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Because this is a man who come there to campaign for Atiku. I don't know if he works with PDP, but this is exactly what he said. And he's telling us that it is a problem for Muslim. Imagine if Agwadoman is a northerner. Would he have said that? I'm not sure. Because I don't know the difference between Atiku today and the Aguado man. He told us Atiku wasn't corrupt. This is a man who told us that he's a custom officer and he's doing other business. What is corruption? How do we define corruption? Was he supposed to be doing side business? Was he? So these are the kind of things that is happening that we need to talk about. I see it on the newspaper today. Those who are sending dollar to their dollar account in Naira, you can't even withdraw it today. Central Bank has taken over it. And this is the country we are calling our country. And we are saying it here. People are not serious about it. People are not even thinking, oh my God, this is heartbreaking. I'm saying this because all those mothers that line themselves up to campaign for these people, they need to question themselves. They need to question themselves. There's a lot happening. In our morning program, we saw how mothers that just gave birth to kids were thrown out of the hospital. Come on, Nigerians. And these are the mothers we are talking about. These are the people who suffers most. And yet, when it comes to 5,000, 10,000, they don't care. They just collect it and do whatever. It's very, very serious. Let us shine our eyes. Let us start thinking, because this government that will come in, if we allow them to come in, seriously, we are finished. Seriously, we are finished. I don't wanna go too far about that. But if we don't take care, we are finished. Look at the kind of environment they are living in, and you're putting mothers away. Those who just give birth to kids, new kids. No hospital, no nothing. And yet, we are still happy to say, hey, I belong to these old parties. This is not happening. Please, I'm using these opportunities. Let our women go and look onto that video. Maybe because of what I said before, like these people, they have not experienced different kind of life. But suffering is suffering. It doesn't matter if you experience enjoyment or not. Suffering is suffering. When I saw those women put outside with their newborn babies, my heart melted, because I don't understand who can have that mind to do that. And look at what, for example, when Davido's son died, we all come here to cry over it, to think this cannot happen, to even say, hey, this is child neglect, for a doctor to put away nursing mothers straight away. That breaks my heart. Please, let us work together. Let us do the right thing. It doesn't matter how we do it. Let us do the right thing, because what is happening now tells us it's not going to be different. It's as simple as ABCD. The handwriting is on the wall already. So let us do everything humanly possible, especially getting our PVCs and making sure we vote. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chooks. You've said it all, especially getting our PVCs and making sure that we vote. That is very, very important. Very
Yeah, Kachi,
important.
1 second, please. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Again, I am telling everybody living in diaspora, please only send money for feeding right now. These people, we don't know what is in their mind. They did not consult us. I said it in the morning. Look at it. This is a election time. Apart from P2B, no one has come to diaspora to tell us to give us hope, knowing fully well that we are big investors in Nigeria. They're looking for investors today, right? But they ignore the biggest investors they have. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. If anybody wants to do himself good, please stop sending for now until we elect new government. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chooks. Like I said, you said it all about getting your PVCs and making sure that you vote. That is very important. We can't neglect the fact that at the end of it all, we need people to come out and vote. Thank you once again to everyone who has contributed, to the viewers, and of course the panelists and the people on the comment section for always making the comment section very interactive. I say a big thank you to every one of you, and to those who have super chatted us today. Mark Irabo, Mr. Joseph Oji, and Edo Light. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate you guys for your continuous love and support to Nigeria Watch. We appreciate every single one of you for taking time out to do this with us. God bless you all. Okay, that being said, we're going to go quickly to the next panelist we have here for today, and that will be Mr. T. Mr. T, good evening to you. Thanks for joining. Mr. T, are you there, please? Okay, if Mr. T is not available, we're going to go straight to Mr. Pansat. Mr. Pansat, good evening to you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much. And greetings to everybody, moderator, the
Good evening
comment
to
section.
you. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you here, sir.
Thank you, sir. And the speakers, obviously, Madam Rita's constant, impassioned speeches here from the heart. You know, the tough Nigerian woman when you see one, bright, beautiful, and strong. Now, what I want to discuss today, it's Nigeria itself and Nigerians. I don't think that we appreciate what situation we have in that country. It's a lot more sinister than the way we portray it. I don't know if we're aloof. It's an ominous situation. Obviously, America, Britain, and all these Western countries, sometimes we do perceive them to be working against us as Africans. And that has its place. I believe that. However, what they don't normally do is to put out a report, right, whether critical or otherwise, that is not true. There was a report, I believe, in 2021, where they classified Nigeria as a failed state. That is actually moved from a failing state to a failed state. And we don't think about it as if it's not true. We don't do a study to see if it is, because a failed state is a technical term. It doesn't mean a collapsed state, such as Yemen and a few other countries, South Sudan. A failed state, if you're incapable of providing the basic functions of government, such as law enforcement and justice, military defense, education, and stable economy, you already checked off some marks there. If you lost the ability for people to trust, your people to trust that you're going to provide civil people from being harassed with crime, and there's so much internal corruption, poverty, illiteracy, crumbling infrastructure, you checked off some marks. If there's insurgency, high crime rates, overly bureaucratic process, corruption, judicial incompetence, and military interference in politics. So I believe that our brothers in the Southwest should know that the country really is in a failed state. We have to be serious. That's the only that region that has a lot of educated people. If they appreciate the situation we're in, I believe that we can now begin to recover Nigeria if it's possible. It may not be possible. If the United States now, there's the study that I'm talking about. Let me just cite the organization that put that together. It's it's a report from the United States Council on Foreign Relations and Harvard Kennedy School. So that is a credible organization. Nigeria has long teetered on the precipice of failure, but now, unable to keep its citizens safe and secure, Nigeria has become a fully failed state, and it's of critical geopolitical concern to them. So I'm appealing to our people, because the way we started a year and a half ago, when the youth in Nigeria assembled and wanted to end SARS, but they were transmitting that they need a change in the country. And it was embraced by everybody, Igbos, Edos, Calabar, or Yorubas, and some from the north. So it was in the air that we're going to try to be one again. We're not going to have the kind of presidency we have right now. But something has changed in the last few months. That a man, former governor of Lagos, Tinubu, is able to play the kind of game he's playing right now. And some people are listening to him. Even during the NSAS, he ran away, ran to France, and was shaking when he was being interviewed. But somehow, he's coming into only thing some people are checking to see, is he wearing nice clothes? Is he coherent? Then he's going to be president. Can he talk? He can be president. Can he ride a bike? It's nothing to do with ability. to appreciate that we need to come together. The country needs to come together. Now, I have to say, I'd be remiss if I don't say that the people, our brothers in the North, they have been making me proud. Let me just say that. I'm very, very hard to impress, but I see what they're doing. They're not talking too much. There's been a change in that section of the country. It doesn't mean they're going to take anything. It doesn't mean they're not going to protect their interests. But they've noticed that they're not a monolith. And they notice that the enemy is not necessarily who is been historically. The enemy has been the bourgeois, the people who are benefiting from the chaos we have in the country, using religion and region to do that. So when there's something in the Southeast, they don't start rioting and killing their neighbors who are from Southeast in their region. They don't do that anymore. And they've been quietly playing the smart politics. So I am urging now, the problem we have are the Yorubas, some of them. That's the problem we have. That's the only problem we have today. The rivalry between the Igbos and the Yorubas has got to, if it doesn't stop, but it has to be sensible. You want to compete, compete. It's nothing wrong with a fair competition. As a matter of fact, we need more competition among the tribes, but positive competition. What we're not going to tolerate is anybody. If you are going out there, when you see the three major candidates we have right now, no matter what part of the country you're from, and you are trying to have Tinubu take over from Buhari, then you're either dumb or you're evil. That will be the end of the country as we know it. It's not even fathomable. May God never let me be the kind of person that would think like that. It's beyond the pale. It's beyond the pale. We can't afford anything like that. This man has to be rejected. Earlier, it was read how he's insulting a professional actress from his region, saying that mentioning her name in front of him, it's an insult to him. Who is he? Just imagine for 1 second that Obi said something like that to an actress. It's hard to think about, but try to imagine that he said that. Because what's implicit in that comment from Tinubu, it doesn't mean we have to forget the other things he said, that Nigerians are going to labor in vain, even if he's talking about the political party labor. Some kind of pun intended there. It's still wrong. We don't know where he's from. He doesn't act like a Nigerian. Now, by the way, you know, Nigerians, with all our faults, we know how we are. We know how Nigerians are. He doesn't act like a Nigerian. Buhari doesn't act like a Nigerian. Because no Nigerian with blood running their vein is going to think back that we have 300 girls at Chibok High School. Somebody came in there, loaded them up in trucks, and took them away. Girls. So we are supposed to forget about that. They're gone. Because the United Nations doesn't do anything about that. That crime, that particular crime, tells us everything we need to know. It implicates even the United States, Britain, anybody who calls themselves civilized with some kind of authority. You're going to have girls preparing for an exam, and somebody's going to come in there, load them up in a van or buses, and they're gone forever. Even if they're dogs, even if they're just goats, whatever, any kind of animal. It's unacceptable. So Nigeria wants us to have patriotism. They want us to keep going. Well, while those girls are gone now, there's so many that has happened since then and before that. But let me just use that one because it's a clear demarcation. Anybody who's willing to let that crime go is not a human being. But on top of that, the culprit who did it is trying to become the vice president of our country. And people are listening to him and interviewing him like a normal guy. Two months ago, I said that Wike was at the scene. Governor Wike was Minister of Education. He was around. This Shetima was the governor. You're not going to go into a high school, load up 300 girls, and they're gone. And you're going to be talking, what kind of country is that? What kind of country do you have? Those girls, some of them have been killed. Some of them been married off. Sometimes they release a couple of them here and there with kids. So they're there somewhere, some of them. Probably in those mosques and those palaces. So I am outraged. It's more sinister than we're portraying it. I want our brothers from the Southwest. You've, not all of you, you've done enough harm. Stop. Buhari would not be sitting there today without you. All right, so you've proven your point. You can influence the country. Do it for the right reason this time. Stop this Tinubu. Only you can stop him. Okay. We can't even talk too much to abuse him or to be disrespectful because we don't want you to get upset with us. But I'm begging you. I noticed that the moderator, it's showing signs that I've gone a little too long here. But I'm not organized in what I want to say because I believe our situation is more sinister. It's more sinister than it's more menacing, more threatening, more ominous, more forbidding, more baleful.
Okay, Mr. Pansat.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. I left a message for you on the private chat, Mr. Pansat. Please look at it. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Pansat, you have a private message right there on the private chat. Please, you can look at that. Thank you very much, my people. I just wanted to quickly say.
Okay, I see the private. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Before we move on to the next person, I just have an announcement that to let everyone know that after this broadcast, we have another one straight away. Although it's not going to be politics, but I want you all to join us because of I think I need to discuss this and let all of us learn from this. Let me put the thumbnail that we are going to be talking about. Let me put on the screen. We are going to round up on this broadcast by Nigerian time, 8 o'clock. You know, I wish we still have about 35 minutes from now. Then we are coming back again to talk about this. I guess some of you must have seen this video. It's a very, very important discussion, especially for those of you that have married, because we need to learn from this. We need to learn from this how children collaborated with their mother to disrespected their father, humiliated their father, although what their father did, I'm not supporting it because he cheated and all that, but fine. But if you watch this video, if you have not watched it, if you watched it, in fact, you are going to be mad. So I want us to discuss this immediately when this is done. We are going to be on air on this particular one at Nigerian time, 8 p.m. We're going to be on air. Thank you very much. Kashi, over back to you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ninja Watch. Okay, Mr. Chips actually asked for a particular video of nursing mothers, or do I say nursing mothers or women that just gave birth to kids in Lut and they were kept outside. It's just a 1 minute and few seconds video. I just want us to quickly see it together. I don't know where we're going to in our country. But I just wanted to quickly play it. Let's see it together. I think the video was shared this morning on the newspaper review, but I believe so many people didn't see it, so I decided to bring it here after Mr. Chooks asked. Okay, guys, just give me a second. Let me put it on the screen. Please hold on, guys.
The living condition of mothers who have babies, who have neonates in Luth. This is where people sleep. Now they made available a lodge. Enough. The lodge is in terrible and poor state. And as of this morning, mothers were thrown out without prior notice, without anything. So we're going to post this. This is the reason why I want this to go viral as much as possible. Repost, tag anybody you know. It just shows that the common man in Nigeria cannot get good health care. Why then are we spending so much money? Some of us in the past 4 weeks, we spent over ₦1 million on our babies, and then they throw us out without notice. This is what happens. This is Luth. This is the federal government hospital, Luth. This is what it looks like. This is where people sleep. Mothers who just had babies. This is where they sleep. This is the situation. This is the situation. This is the current situation. This is the current situation of this country. A country where we are treated like animals in our own homes. So yes, we're taking the fight to those that matter. When we were fighting for NSAS, we didn't know, obviously a lot of people don't understand. The health system in this country has deteriorated.
Okay, guys, I just wanted to share that one right there with us. Since Mr. Chooks,
please hold on. I have Israel on the phone. Israel, please go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't join you guys. It was, due to something. I just wanted to quickly respond to somebody on the comment, one Rafiu or something. He said his candidates, the All Progressive Congress, is the best strategies. They have general hospitals around Lagos and everywhere. All the staff are attached to the best hospital. I want to respond to you. You are living in a democratic society wherever you live. I don't think you live in Nigeria. Because if you do, you are going to understand. If your principal is the best strategist of every scheme that he has produced for Lagos, is actually working for him. What was he doing somewhere else to take medical attention?
Exactly.
What was he doing? So you need to, these are the people that kind of divide us. You're entitled to your opinion. But the fact that you guys are spilling things on lies, and you forgot that this place you are calling your place was formerly a capital city. So your principal has been building and building and building, and you still have things somewhere like Mushi, Lagos, Elesu, Pawori that are nothing to write home about in Lagos. So is that the way to build Lagos? That you guys are using as a political propaganda, and you live in a country where you are enjoying the dividends of democracy? Me, Nigerians, we need to start watching the way we listen. Are you thinking that we listen, you talking that we are fools? Or we don't know what democracy is all about? What has your candidate did? What has he spoken to Nigerians? You want Nigeria to give you the support. Have you spoken one day to Nigerians? You told them to shut up. You even went to Lagos to say it's a milocom. You even now you are trying to give money to different places whereby elected people died here and you couldn't give one penny. And you are out there selling my city is best in all regions. My brother, like I said, you are entitled to your opinion. Don't let us come out here to start giving you facts before you are looking at the other side of of your book. Don't come and tell us lies and continue to spill up lies. Because this country has been ruled like oligarchy kind of politics that you guys play. You are sitting down there typing and enjoying the dividends of democracy somewhere. You're laughing at those in Nigeria and said in Lagos. Go and look at your airport and see the way it is. Go and look at the airport you are calling now and see the way it is. And where you live, compare the airport where you live to that of what you have there. The same people, even the road leading to the international airport you call in Lagos, is nothing to write home about. Go and check it. And you are coming here to tell us that he built this is the best strategy. What was he doing abroad? Seeking medical help. If your general hospital was working, why was he not there? If the last tech is working, why was he not there? I'm asking you. People will come here and come and deceive Nigerians, and you think we are happy about it. Nigerians, we are tired of you guys. We are tired. And the only thing we can do now, we are not going to be stealing our strategies. We want our people to get the PVC and vote for Peter Obi. Then you are going to see how governance work.
Thank you.
Then I will still refer you back to how governance will compare to what you have. You think your candidacy have been doing. Be responding there because people just come in and talk because you want to deceive Nigeria. He's finished.
Thank you, my brother.
It's finished. We are ready for a change, and the change we must deliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. If I have to add to what my brother just said, I'm reading the message now. He said, mind you, we have general hospital in local governments in Lagos and private companies in Lagos belongs to health insurance scheme and staff are being attached to good hospital. We have good structure. Can you imagine? And you have never questioned your satanic party one and your principal why he always traveled to London for treatment. And you say you have good structure, you have good hospital. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. It's time for us to wake up now. We should stop deceiving ourselves. Thank you very much. Over back to you, Kashi.
All right, thank you very much. I just wanted to put that comment up on the screen as well so other people can see it. Okay, when Mr. John was asking the other day that why are we blaming some of these presidential candidates? Why are we blaming them? We shouldn't blame them because now people now they support them. So we shouldn't blame them for coming out because people are actually supporting them to go ahead. They are cheering them on, telling them they are doing good. Oh, you're doing wonderfully well. You're doing great. So we shouldn't be blaming this. Anyways, guys, our broadcast will be ending by 8. We don't have so much time to start deliberating on issues. Let's just quickly move straight to the next panelist so we can get talking. And the next person we have here, hey, fire for fire, the finest of all, Irene Finest.
Yeah, hello, Kachi. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening, all the panelists. My sister Rita, I see you there. Mr. Pansat, I see you. Thank you all for joining. Mr. CM, it's been a while. Thanks for joining today. And I want to greet everybody in the comment section, Mommy Diaspora, and all our viewers across the globe, of course. Without you guys, we can't be here talking to ourselves. That being said, where will I even start? In fact, Nigeria matter is frustrating. Well, I actually decided to join because of Agbado, you know. Mr. Agbado, hi, God, Nigeria, I don't know who did we actually offend and how did we get here? You know, I want to address Agbado. I want to start that his issue as in a human part of view, not even the political part of view. I understand that Funke is in PDP, and I have always been a person that believe in candidacy, not really party. And that being said, I want to address that issue in the human part. I don't understand why Tinubu will make such statements concerning Funke. Because, first of all, sometimes this adage that said, if you have a glass house, don't throw a stone. Don't be the first person to throw a stone. Mr. Agbado, at least some of us that have taken our time to investigate a bit about you, your empire that you build, the controversies surrounding your life and your family, we have some information about you and your children. So if you say that they cannot mention, that is a slap on your face to mention Funke in your front. So, and say is there gallivanting around the streets. And you think, say you what all those things that is doing in Nigeria, say you what to be in the public space for people to be hailing and be clapping for. So what can you tell me that makes say you to be better than Funke? Which I'm very sure Any moment from now, you will want to place Seyi to be one of the Lagos State governor seats. So I don't get it. And I have a question for you. Where is that say of the leaders of tomorrow? Where is that statement? Who are now the leaders of tomorrow? Or is Nigeria going to be the only country that will be looking at the leaders of today? We shouldn't hope for leaders of tomorrow. Because if you are referring to Funke like that, with her age and her trajectory in the entertainment industry and all that, she's young. And I think, irrespective of the party that she is, I know some of them are there for their selfish interest and all that. I want to believe with her age and everything, probably he also have at the back of her mind right now a better Nigeria that wants, okay, let me bring myself out to work before the PDP evil people we saturate her with the evil that they have inside that party. But in the human part of it, for you to make that statement, you show the kind of person you are. You show the punishments that await Nigerians if they allow you to the seat of power in Aso Rock. You show the way you are so full of yourself. You show how you believe that everything in this life is about money. And it shows that you actually believe in this election is going to be business as usual, because you all believe in your bags of money. But it's a pity to see that many Nigerians are still there playing boju, playing around with you people. You see, some of them cannot come out openly. So we say, hey, we are just collecting their money. You are just collecting their money. Sometimes there are some money you don't even need to eat because some are like fish bone. They can easily hang on your throat. Where is dignity? Where is your conscience? Did you people really like the way Nigeria is going? And Agbado that go everywhere speaking Yoruba because you want to convince the Yoruba people. I am not against it. I'm always be part of that person that like people for our languages not to die, our culture to remain and all that. I understand that there are quite a lot of number of illiteracy in Nigeria. But Tinubu own is a deliberate something. There is evil plan behind it. For example, look at what he did with the Afeni ferries. When Tinubu have not gone there to visit them, everything was okay. They were kind of like speaking one mind. Then what happened? These are signs. This is to tell you the kind of destruction they are bringing. This is to tell you what they want to do with Nigeria. Nigerians, if you people don't want to learn, because of time, I will not want to drag it much. If you people don't want to learn, you people should know that we in diaspora, we are suffering here. We try as much as we can to help so that hunger will not kill many of you in that country. But if you people don't want to learn, vote in Agbado. If you think the suffer is not enough for you people have not suffered enough. In fact, don't listen to us. Go and vote Agbado. Because many of us, I think we are at a stage now that many people are ready to turn back on their relations in Nigeria, irrespective of the situation. Please, my people, we cannot allow this. We cannot allow this. Don't we have people in Nigeria? Can't you people see this? Don't you just see handwriting on the wall? These people have agenda. They don't want to leave power. They are not ready to leave it. It's we that have to go and take it by force. Then how will you do that? Because I wouldn't want you people to relax. This idea of we have already won. We don't win. We don't do 1 million match. No. Because in case you don't know, let me remind you people, Fulanis are very trickish people. You can see what happened during the PDP primaries. What happened between Wike, Tambuwa, and Atiku. Wike was so confident because he have heard Tambuwa sometime. But at the end of the day, what play out there? And I want people to be at alert because same thing can easily play out between Kwankwaso and Atiku because they are both Fulanis. In case you people don't know. But the only thing we have, the only weapon that we can use to fight against that, because they can do their meeting tomorrow, see how the whole of this thing is going, they can go to Kwankwaso and say, you see, Atiku is pulling more weight than you. This is, we are one way, just come down for him. 9 minutes, we will take the shock of our life. And if we don't organize ourselves well in the South, If we don't organize ourselves, well, if we did not collect a lot of our PVC, my dear, sorry, we will continue to remain their slaves as we have been under this Buhari administration. And that is what we are fighting, because we don't want to be a second-class citizen in our country anymore. We don't want to continue like that. Go and collect your PVC, because these people might shock us, because they have been on this game for so long and we all see how it play out. It now make the South become stupid in the political arena. You hear everybody talking, they not know how to play the game. They know how. It's not a rocket science. They are not magicians. It's corporation that make it to be like that, and their numbers. Please, the South, work together, cooperate, collect your PVC, let's have the number. That is the only two secrets that the Fulanis hold, that they have been using to manipulate us. Cooperation and numbers. Go and collect your PVC, let's have our numbers. Let us also cooperate. I would personally plead for the Southwest. We know Agbado is your brother, but it's not every time we'll sit down and be looking for tribal politics. Let's wake up. Let's do the right thing. Let's give chance a change. As for Obaseki, let me just quickly go there. I think Obaseki has been a bit okay all this while, since they just went to Benin the other day to campaign. I don't know maybe what they must have promised him, that suddenly just he has been talking since after that campaign. Like this Naira thing. I thought Obaseki is a technocrat. He has been on the banking financing corridor of whatever, where they said he was working before, though I never knew him when he was doing those things. You should know better that even though the plan of redesigning Naira just came in this period of election, it's not a bad thing. They do it in so many countries. But now it's like a shock to you people, because the time they even put for the thing to circulate is short. And you people have piled up money at home to buy the votes. So it's giving you guys concern. You see, sometimes there is a way God destroy evil plans. If Nigeria is a working state, this should be one of the good things that will actually help in this forthcoming election. But I don't understand the country anymore. It's a lawless country. Everything is not right. Everything is not going well. But then, let me plead with you people. We need numbers. We need cooperation. Go and get your PVC. Let's not be obedient. Let's be intelligent. Thank you, Kachi.
Thank you so much, the finest of all, Irene Finest. Thank you for that wonderful submission of yours. Let's all be intelligent. Let's be intelligent in what we do. Thank you once again. I appreciate you all. Please endeavor to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. Liking and sharing simply means that you want all of our messages to be heard by other people. So please help us to like and share. We need to spread the word. We need to communicate even better. Like you all have been saying, so many people do not even know what is going on. People are still voting based on tribe, based on religion, because they don't know any better. So people need to be educated. We need to communicate this information to people. So please help us like and share the broadcast. And like Irene Finest said, let's come together and do this. We all need to go get our PVCs and make sure we come out and vote on that day. We will keep saying that over and over again. Thank you once again, everybody, for doing this with me. God bless you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. Please like and share. Thank you. And if you are yet to subscribe, it's your first time here, please subscribe and the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air just like this. Let me just take time out to acknowledge more people right there on the comment section before we move straight to Mr. T. After Mr. T, we'll move straight to Mr. CM. Guy Onwanele, good evening to you. Thanks for joining. I welcome you to today's broadcast. Bella Naomi, I see you too. Thanks for joining. G Simon 137, I see you. Wadi Unus, thank you for joining. Adewale Adebi, thank you for joining. Joseph Oji, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate every one of you for taking time out to do this with us. God bless you. Imo Sokri, Thank you for joining and thanks for the wonderful compliment. I appreciate every one of you and to everyone who has super chatted us today. Maki Rabo, Joseph Oji, Edo Light, I appreciate you guys. The Irene's Ward, I see you. Mr. Favor or Favor, I see you right there too. Thanks for joining. Kelvi Golfrey, I see you too. Thanks for joining everybody. Okay, let's move straight to the next panelist we have here for today, and that will be Mr. T. Mr. T, please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Mr. T is not available.
Okay, Mr. CM, please go ahead. Because it was writing me on the private chat I was ready, that's why. Mr. CM, please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kechi. Good evening, everybody. Our protocols duly observed. First of all, there's an announcement I want to make. Probably some of us must have heard it. Our principal, P2B, will be meeting all support groups on Zoom tonight at 9 p.m., I think, Nigerian time, 8 p.m. UK time. I've already given the details, for those that will log in, the meeting ID and the passcode. I've already put it out here. So I would like to be there because this is worldwide. So just to hear what he has to say, and I think this should be the first time. So if anybody can make it, it will be it's
Mr.
good
CM,
for.
Mr. CM, is it okay for you to be our spokesman there?
Okay. Probably if there's any, yeah, that's an honor. But if you want me to, if there's any particular message or question
Yeah,
you want me to pose,
yeah,
that
I'll
will
send
be
it to you
because I
now.
will say, huh?
I'll put it on the private chat now.
Okay, I will copy
Okay.
down later. Okay,
Okay,
thank you. It's an honor. I will try. At least I don't have anything to. I don't have reason not to attend. That's even why I said I will say what I want to say here shortly and then prepare for it. Think it's in about 1 hour something from now. Regarding what I want to say, I think this should be what editorial board of Niger Watch should consider. Yesterday was a Pansa that said it. I think I support it. We should move a motion here that we don't want to entertain any discussion unless you are coming to tell us what Obi should do right or where we need to improve. But we don't want to entertain any disguised promotion of any other candidate here, please, because the die is cast now. We are now approaching it's like what is it called? We are winding down towards it. It's about 2 months now. We are winding down. So we don't want somebody to come here and start to rehash maybe the qualities of Tinubu and Atiku. We know more than Wike has done a lot of job on Atiku. So that's okay. Nobody should come and tell me he knows Atiku more than Wike or what Agbadoman is doing. So, but it's not for me to decide anyway. It's for Niger Watch editorial team to decide if we can continue to entertain those such people. Having said that, one thing I want to touch on is regarding what I think is it what is the lady who spoke before me, the finest. He said, not that the Northerners are wizards in politics. It's because of the foolishness or the greediness of our politicians down south. All it will take is for you to tell Atiku, look, I will mobilize 2 million votes for you or 3 million, and he gives you money. That day you can just go abroad and be sleeping in one hotel and then fail him. All they will do is that you took money, didn't do it. So in that case, to them, that is what they call you are wise, and that is what they did. Imagine imagine Tambua betraying Wike, and all they come out to say is that, oh yeah, that is politics. So doing as part of our strategy, or tight sort of tying the loose ends, let us also remember what Jonathan suffered. Why I say this is that we don't want Obi to suffer the same fate Jonathan suffered. Despite what Jonathan did to the north, and he forgot to build the east-west road, the one that should have traversed the whole of south-south from Oron through Calabar down to River State, Bayelsa, Delta State up to Edo, Benin. He did not do it. He was busy building schools for Almajiri, like Alsare Dokubo will say. In the end, there's no road to Otwoke, his village. So if you look at this book, this is an account of what Jonathan, what he said, what he saw while in office. This is called it My Transition Hour. I've read this book twice. So here there's a place he really pointed out the betrayal he had from the northern members of PDP. They assured him everything and they didn't campaign for him. They didn't. In fact, they were even they even sort of were not really campaigning, but they betrayed him. When you say betrayal, it means that there are things you have to discuss strategy, and then they go there and then not doing it. So the man was really stabbed. So before anybody will condemn Jonathan that he did not perform very well, look at try and read this book because he said it in his own words. Forget about what hearsay or interview you can see people grant somewhere. My transition hours. The man is really, I think he's really bitter for such a man to put it down in writing in black and white. For instance, when he says, those northerners who showed open commitment to my cause faced enormous pressure from their various constituencies. This was followed by major and minor betrayal and treachery. Many key party members fell under compulsion to cross over to the opposition party. The pressure was sustained and even increased right to the campaign. See what they did to Jonathan? The intrigue and tension rose. The intrigue and tension rose roof high, such that those who feigned support for me, they disguised it, who feigned support for me in public, worked against me behind closed doors. So this is Jonathan saying it, page 17. This is it. So why I'm trying to say this is that we should, I think a part of what we are discussing as strategy will be, we don't want him to suffer this because I know in the end, there's nothing left for the Fulani or the North. All they want is to be controlling power. But now, it can never ever work. It can't work because of the fact that the movement, probably during Jonathan's time, some people were having double mind whether they support this man or not. But in this case, Nigeria is total. Look at the look at the video clip we watched about loot. If there's somebody who can say something about loot, I'm the person. I'm a product of loot. I studied there. So what happened was where those women are sleeping, it's just like let's say it's like what is it called? It's a walkway, just like between two buildings. The way you see it, what each one is 3-story building or 4 floors. If a particular story building maybe ward 4. So I mean ward A. So ward A might be A1 will be ground floor, A2 first floor, A3 second floor, and A4 third floor. So that is the way it is A, B, C, D. That is the way it is in Loot. Later they put ward E, where you have the new theaters and everything. So in between A and B and C and D, you have walkways, and these places they were built in 1962 when they opened Loot. So all these places you are seeing, they decided to, in between two buildings, they now have to go and construct a sort of a canopy or something, a shade. That those things are giving a bluish background. Now place patient there sleeping on bare floor. There is a concrete. So that is to tell you Lagos University Teaching Hospital, the decadence that is in Loot. So I understand all these places is where you walk through, if you are going from one end to the other. But now look at what Loot has become. So Nigeria has totally, like Pansat is saying, he says it's a failing state. I think he has failed. No, it was failing maybe years ago, but now Nigeria has failed. All what we are even saying is just my own wish is that I wish this election is taking place tomorrow. By next tomorrow, they declare P to be winner. Then in the next 72 hours or for 96 hours, then the job of turning things around will start by forming a formidable cabinet. But when I remember that we still have a good 3 months, or is it November, December, January, about a good 3 months before the election, and then after that you have to wait till May. So the level of suffering people will still endure is still, is still far-fetched. So you can see it. That is what pains me because this suffering is getting okay. A bag of rice 45,000. Do you know what it will be by December? By December next month. So all these things is what is the pain. That's why we must intensify effort. We won't even entertain anything here again. That is why I'm here every day to come and tell people the reason why Obi should be voted in. And I'm saying this because Obi to me is Nigeria's last chance. That is the last chance. People are hanging on hope because of Obi. That is why so many people are just shielding their sword. People are just holding on, as if you are in the sick bed, you are in the intensive care. Where are you going to die? I am extent at the emergency. Are you leaving? Are you coming back? People are hanging on hope because of Obi. That's why we must do everything humanly possible to make sure that we did not fail. We do the one we have to do, then God will perfect the rest. By this, I'm saying, I do not see why somebody should be complaining that you can't get a job, the cost of living is high, and everything. But and then you are being told, go and get your PVC. It is true they rig election, but in this case, because these beavers, I do not see it. At least play your part. Play the part. Go and get your PVC. You've registered. You've done all the hard work to register for it. Why not go and take it? More so when INEC is asking for it, is calling you to come, go and pick it and hold it. That day you do your duty and then leave the rest to God. Definitely something like this will work out. P2B will not disappoint. In fact, that is when Nigerians will know that yes, we've now gotten a government that is a man that is clean by every standard, has never been indicted for anything, and he's not interested in materialism. Which brings me to another issue again, we have to also, that some of us, it pains me. You see, when I say that the greatest problem of Nigerians, some people say corruption. Yes, there are corruption everywhere. Some will say looting. Of course, I agree. But consider what they call hypocrisy. You can't quantify it. It's immeasurable. But how can somebody leave Nigeria and move outside Nigeria, living in a civilized country, maybe in America, Canada, anywhere in the North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, even the Middle East, and you see the way things are being done there. Yet you are recommending Tinubu or Atiku for Nigerians. That person is the greatest enemy Nigeria has. These are the type of people we say we leave the person first and deal with the enemy. That person must be an enemy. You cannot be saying, even if those in Nigeria are rooting for Agbado or anything, it is your duty as somebody who have seen the light to tell them, no, 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 no. Such people they belong in prison in a civilized world. We should not be going for them. Yet you see people will come here and be telling you Tinubu, Atiku. How can is the person for real? When you've been abroad, it then means that the whole essence of you living abroad, you have not learned anything. Because if Tinubu cannot qualify for councillor in UK, because what they will tell you is which person are you talking about? Character. It's only in Nigeria that you see people carry money and you clap for them. In the Western world, big men don't show up because everybody is scrutinizing you. How much tax did you pay? Did you evade anything? How did you come about that money? If you can't explain it, you can't try it. Yet these are the people that stole the nation dry. All this type of, and somebody will be coming here to come and tell me about Tinubu. We should be able to, I think we have to even say, anybody, if you are in Nigeria, if you are living in Nigeria and you are making sort of excusing corruption or dirty character by any shape or by any stretch of the imagination, one can say, okay, you've not seen light. It's like you are still in darkness. Just what they call Plato called allegory of the cave. People that have been living in darkness inside the cave, all of a sudden a ray of light entered and they started shivering, saying, no, 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 the world the world has gone bananas. So how can you be living abroad and you are talking of Tinubu? Tell me, how can? So that is the issue. So please, when we come here, such people, if that is why we have to debate them, we tell them, or even ban people like that, because you are not showing good example. You can't come abroad and see the way things are working. You know that the Prime Minister of UK can only was forced out of office, not because he stole money, but he organized a party in his own official residence, secretly, with his own money. Yet they say, why must you gather people? That's all. That's why Boris Johnson left. And somebody will be telling me, Tinubu, why you are living in Canada or in US and you are recommending Tinubu. It's a shame. At least we should not entertain such things here. It's not being we're not being dictatorial or going to the extreme, but we should try as much as possible to even enlighten people, to tell them that we cannot be guilty by association or by discussion. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. CM, for that. Actually, it's very painful for especially people who have traveled around and they are used to how things are meant to be. Come and they are still pushing people to vote for the same people that have put us in this position that we are in currently in our country, Nigeria. It's actually like I don't even know the names to call them, to be honest. And guy one link, you're asking for the link. I think is on Peter Obi's Instagram page for the Zoom meeting. I think it's on his page right there because he has been announcing this Zoom meeting for a while now. So if you go to Peter Obi's page, you will find the information you need on his Instagram page. Thank you very much, everybody. Please don't forget that we're going to be having a broadcast just immediately after this one. Immediately after this one, we're going to be having a broadcast. Mr. CM, please, the private chat. Mr. Elvis will leave a message for you on the private chat. Thank you very much. Let's quickly go straight to Mr. John before we round up the show. Thank you once again, people. Please endeavor to like and share. Thank you. Mr. John, please.
Hey, Kachi. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's having a lovely Thursday and
Good evening.
everyone's blessed and having a good time. I really just came in because when I saw that video of our sisters, our mothers, our daughters who are laying on the floor after they've given birth, and I just feel that women should take even a more active role in everything that is going on now. Again, I don't believe in one Nigeria, but I think that everyone should do as much as they can to bring the women that they know, just like we have Irene and Rita and Omoye, who I don't necessarily agree with, but I like the fact that they have strong voices and they're very active in the conversation, because it's just shameful. In fact, and I would say women should go as far as to just tell their husbands they're not even willing to have children anymore. Because what kind of society is Nigeria? You can't bring a person into this world and immediately have them on a concrete floor in the middle of Lagos where the air is polluted. Like it's almost abuse. So I saw that video and I felt like I needed to come in and just say, I'm not surprised by Tinubu and his comments on Funke, because look at what Buhari said about his own wife. He said she belongs in the kitchen or the bedroom. So there's clearly a viewpoint of women that's coming from certain parts of the country. And right now, those people are called Nigerians, and you're calling yourself a Nigerian. And I have to wonder, do you really share the same values as these people? It's not surprising. And so I just wonder, what are the women thinking right now? Are you thinking that this is the society you want to live in? Are you thinking that this is the world you want to bring your children up in? What are you thinking? So I think that that's something to really deliberate. And the message really is to women, because I think that women largely define how a society develops. Women largely defines how a society develops, because it's the things that they're willing to take. It's the suffering that they're willing to suffer as men are grinding that shape a society. And I would just encourage every woman to get involved, from at all levels, and strive for that level of equality. Now, I'm not talking about the fake equality, the feminism, and all of that nonsense that breaks up homes, because we have our culture. I'm saying get involved, have a voice, and be the loudest voice in what's going on in Nigeria right now, because I think that women can probably tilt the balance. That's it. That's all I want to say today. You take care.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Johnson. I'm not saying all of the feminism and all of those things that breaks the home. Thank you, Cha. Thank you. Anyways, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has contributed here so far. We appreciate every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. And please endeavor to join us on our next broadcast immediately after this one. Immediately. Mr. Niger Watch has something special for that particular broadcast right there. Mr. Pansa, please don't leave. I'm going to send you something just after the broadcast. Please don't leave. Thank you, guy. Jacob Obedience. Please join us on the next broadcast happening right after this one. Joseph Olgi, everyone, Edo Light, Maki Rabor, Bella Naomi, Irene Finest, Rita Adams, Unstoppable, everyone who has contributed here so far the comment section, the viewers, and of course the panelists. Thank you guys for taking time out to do this. I appreciate every one of you. God bless you. I appreciate you. My name is Kachi, and this is me saying bye-bye and peace out.